Hello ladies and gents. Hey Ghost Rider, how's it going? Just do a quick mic check. Think we all should be good. Yep, sounds alright. So this evening we're going to be flying the Swissair DC-6 Bravo version from Vienna to Innsbruck. It's going to be, it's already past sunset there in Vienna, but will be a nighttime arrival into Innsbruck. I have been finding it difficult to get set up after Sim Update 5. I've had some control issues inside the virtual cockpit of the DC-6. For some reason, it's like a bug where buttons and switches all of a sudden stop working. You start trying to click on things and then they're not working. So I'm hoping that's kind of sorting itself out. I've been doing some testing, so we'll see how this goes this evening. I might just rage quit and go fly something else. But there we go. We'll see. So, without much further ado, let's start thinking about getting the aircraft set up for flight. We do have ground on, we have ATIS, and we have tower. Yes, ground, tower, and ATIS. But we do not have any forward-facing ATC as of yet. So we're going to be taking off from Vienna, flying over to Innsbruck. As that updates, we should see 3 people. That's me. And ATC is kind of heating up in other places, but the spot that we are flying in this evening does not have ATC. But I think we're going to have enough to deal with after we depart from Vienna to get the DC into Innsbruck in the dark without using the AFE, the Auto Flight Engineer, which is something I've been trying to lean away from and gradually wean myself off the AFE so I can start to learn the DC-6 properly. So that's something we're going to be trying to do today. There's some traffic there. We're going to be using the inbuilt checklist, which I've downloaded. Oh no! No, that's not a good way to start. Ooh. I'll just watch the stream back to make sure that things... My bitrate seems to be okay. Let's just look at... Yeah, my kilobits per second on the live stream seems to be solid, which I'm going to... just going to roll on with that, and hopefully it won't happen again. So with the checklists, I have quite an extensive checklist system here, as you can see, that we'll be using pre-flight checks before engine start. So we're going to do the pre-flight checks very soon now. We're going to run into the before engine start, and then just before we start the engines, we're going to contact ATC for pushback, and then we will start the engines after the pushback. Well, actually, no. With the DC-6, we will start the engines first. We'll use the reverse propeller function to push ourselves back from the gate, and then taxi from there. It is nice to see traffic. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to pull over my flight plan. So I'm just maximizing this now. You can see us there on the stand, and you can see the traffic that's taxiing there. 2 more pieces of traffic. 2 more traffic over there. Now if I zoom out, a little bit laggy for some reason. Oh, you can see traffic in the area. VATSIM, that's all VATSIM traffic. That's fairly well populated for this area. So we're going to be taking off, and we're going to be flying outbound to Sierra November Hotel, correction uniform, VOR, and then from there we're going to head out west towards Salzburg, and there is an NDB. Sorry, no, a DME, which is like a VOR, but it's a non-directional VOR. So we're going to be flying inbound to that, and we'll probably be using the... There is also an NDB at Salzburg as well we could use for reference in the dark, and then from there we would be flying inbound to the Romeo Tango Tango NDB, beginning our descent by that point into Innsbruck. Now, we do have a lot of approaches set for Innsbruck via Romeo Tango Tango, because of the mountain ranges. It creates an incredibly restricted airspace to operate within, and in a DC-6 it's going to be interesting. We'll try not to crash, but we'll see. So yeah, pretty simple flight plan. You can see only 2 waypoints, the first one being a fully fledged VOR DME, and then a second DME, an NDB, and then our destination. So as soon as we get up to cruise, we will then be looking at prepping for the arrival. Excuse me. Gotta go get a drink while I'm in cruise. The terrain, the cross-section of the terrain, as you can see with this evening's flight, we can clear everything with 1,000 feet at 8,500 feet. Although we'll probably want to go for 10,000 feet. I'm gonna ask for 10,000 from ATC. So yeah, that is our basic flight plan for this evening. I'm going to drag that across to my second screen and leave that there. Okay, so I am also this evening going to be using the notepad as my electronic scratch pad. Because before this, I would always be glancing down and scribbling, having to take my hands off the controls, scribble on a piece of paper, and then look back up. And I feel like maybe I'm gonna just try to use the actual default notepad as a way to quickly throw in, you know. Actually, should I do that? I have an envelope here on the back. I could actually. No. Scratch that. I'm actually gonna just rip open this envelope and use this, because that's very messy. That's very messy. I throw that one away. Just gonna put that there. I'm gonna use that there. Okay, fresh envelope. Hello, Peter. What a bad timing for a stream. Did you forget that it's summer? Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, summertime. I've been all over the place. I tell you, my schedule has been pretty busy these last few weeks and months, but I am back from my holidays, and Sim Update 5 dropped and messed up the DC-6. It messed everything up, obviously, and everyone's scrambling to try and make it work. So, yeah. I can't run MSFS due to the heat in my office. Ah, that makes sense, Rakon. Yeah, yeah, sorry about that. Mine does produce a fair amount of heat, it will be said, but it's not too bad for me. So, anyway. So that I have briefed my flight plan. I have set that up. Okay, so yeah, let's go and sort out ATC next. Let's go to vPilot and throw in our flight plan. Let's go low to lowy. IFR, flight time. Actually, no, before we do this, let's go to SimBrief. And let's just throw in a quick SimBrief flight. Use current time. Departure low to lowy. Units is in pounds. DC-6. And the route is going to be low to SNU, GSB, and RTT, and then lowy. Analyze route. Correct. All good. And I'm going to take, I 1,000 pounds of extra fuel, and I should be on top of the standard flight planning, the fuel planning in SimBrief for the DC-6. I'm going to take an extra 1,000 pounds of fuel just to be on the safe side, in case I do need to go around and I'm hanging around longer than I should be in an aircraft that I feel is a little bit less maneuverable and responsive than something modern. It just gives me that little bit extra breathing space. Okay, so that's generated the flight plan, and that has given me, let's have a look, that has given me a block time of 1 hour and 49 minutes. So let's pop that into vPilot. That is 1 hour and 49 minutes. And because I have that extra 1,000 pounds of fuel, I'm going to say I have 2 hours 30 of fuel. Altitude is going to be 10,000 feet. Cruise speed, I'm going to say, is about 230 knots. Route is going to be low. Let me just pull that up again. Low. Direct to SNU, direct to GSB, direct to RTT, and then direct to Lowy. The aircraft is heavy. VOR to VOR navigation on... oh no, that's not right. DC-6 Bravo. No GPS. I think doing this in the nighttime might absolutely kill me, but we're going to do the best we can. File flight plan. Okay, after filing flight plan, let's jump in the aircraft. Let's unpause track IR. Oh, look at that sunset. This is going to be... Oh, hello. What on earth is that? Shadow artifact. Okay. Wow, well, I'm just going to try to pretend that's not happening. So ground power unit is on. So with the ground power unit on, let's go up to our ground power. And with that on, we'll then go turn on the floodlights. Oh, goodness me. Oh, goodness me. And then how do I turn off my flashlight? Is that even still on? No, my flashlight's not on anymore. Oh. Oh, why is it me? Why me? Genuinely, why me? Let's just change the time of day, shall we? See if that does anything different. No. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay, let me just restart the simulator, just because that's going to bug me all evening. Okay, so let's reselect that. And yeah, to be fair, if that's screwing around with me, I might just fly in the daytime. I don't really mind, but it would kind of be nice to give me that extra challenge to fly. Check the render res. Will do. Thank you. Also, is my landing rate? No, my landing rate just popped up there for some reason. I think it's because I reloaded the sim. Okay. Oh crap. Right. Why would that be like that? Let's just go general options and see what the render resolution is for lighting. 100. My full screen resolution is okay. Texture resolution. Texture, shadow maps. Contact, adjust the quality precisely. I don't feel motion blur. Glass cockpit refresh rate. Light shafts reflections are on high. Ambient occlusion high. Windshield effects. Contact shadows high. terrain shadows, waterway, texture synthesis, super sampling, texture resolution. If we go ultra, let's see what that does. No. Oh, that's horrible. And one time it was caused by a single light source. Oh, maybe it is the, maybe it could be the, you never know. Maybe it's this light here that's causing that. Oh, and I've got some, I'm a bit too close to that traffic there. Maybe it's a DC-6 related problem. Genuinely, I loaded this up like a few hours before the stream. No problem at all. I start streaming, problem. This is like the curse of the flight simulation enthusiast. VSync, maybe VSync. No, that's probably not going to make any difference. No. No difference at all. Let's just turn off. Before I start changing a ton of things, anti-aliasing. Trees, grass, objects, level of render, volumetric charge, ultra. I don't. No, it's got to be. I bet you it's got to be. See if I change. Oh, there you go. It's gone now. Look at that. Okay, I'm flying in daytime. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to be flying in daytime because I do not want to have to deal with that. Sorry. That's the way it's going to be until they figure that out. I bet you, yeah, it's related to this. I wonder if when I push back, it's going to hit into... Ooh, I'm going to try one more thing, guys. Actually, I will just reset. Bear with me. If I load up in the daytime... Yeah, was it the lamp outside? I bet you it was. I am going to... I'm actually going to set the simulated time to the daytime. So I'm going to load the sim in the day. And then I'm going to just spam the slider to see if loading it in the day or loading it in the night is the issue. And then we'll just get straight into the checklist because I do want to actually land in Innsbruck this evening at some point. Blah, 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 blah. Live streams. I should do some live streaming in DCS and IL2 soon. It's been too long. It's been too long. I do like the way that Microsoft Flight Simulator is going, but yeah, okay, so let's just jump outside, load everything in. Okay, everything's loaded in. Now, if I sit in the cockpit and I go to, let's just make everything sure loaded in. Okay, everything's relatively smooth now. Let's hit live weather and live time. No, it's back again. Yeah, yeah, that's totally the that light. I'm not going to worry about it. That's probably a Sim Update 5 issue. I am not going to worry too much. Right, I'm going to connect like so. I'm connected back. I need to resubmit my flight plan because I disconnected. Flight plan submitted. Now, so ground power unit is on. Let's go and turn on ground power and enable ground power. And oh crap, no. Okay, we're not going to use that at all because that's also related. We're just going to have to keep it in daytime. because even the cockpit lights, oh, I don't even know why. They're bugs. Hilarious bugs. Okay, let's remain positive. Okay. So, let's just turn on Project Fly tracking. Like so. Minimize that. Then was it the lamp outside? Yeah. Hey Oliver, long time no see. How you doing? Thank you. I'm doing okay. It's I tell you, I've been so ridiculously busy, and then sim updates and computer updates and compatibility issues and what have you, and yeah. But I'm doing well, thanks. Yeah. Yeah, it's anyway. So, we've done that. My challenge today, guys, is to fly the DC-6 without the autoflight engineer. Let's just make sure we are rolling with the no GPS version of the DC-6. And I like the new updated icons that they've created. It just makes things a little bit more comprehensive. You can see this is a new model. I haven't actually... Oh, actually, it looks like I have flown this a little bit. Yeah. Right, so let's put in the fuel. So the fuel that SimBrief has given me is 8,700 pounds. So let's just scroll that down and throw in 8,700 pounds. And then we have, let's go to my packs, 68 packs, so full on the packs. And what does this give me? Okay, with a gross weight, I want to see the gross weight, which is not the zero fuel weight, it's the takeoff weight, which is 80.5, and this is 82.5. So, yeah, I want a takeoff weight of 80.5, so I'm going to just come down on the packs a little bit, and then I'm going to put up this to make this 80.5, like so. That's 80.5, so we are set on our takeoff weight. There we go. Okay. Right. There are some freezing going on. That's strange. Come on. Stop freezing up on me. It's supposed to be smooth. Maybe it's a VATSIM issue. Or a streaming issue, or a combination of the two. I don't know, but it seems smooth to me. Okay, right, let us get going with the checklist. Now, this is where, pay attention folks, this is where my my attempts at flying in the DC-6 with Sim Update 5 have gone wrong before. I'll go pre-flight checks. Let's start sorting out landing gear lever is down, cabin temp control panel. Hello. Oh yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, let's set a temp control of a balmy, what, 73 degrees. Circuit breakers, battery and ground power is set on ground. Circuit breakers are set. Battery selection should be on ground power. Yes, it is. Position lights should be on steady. Thank you. It works. Seatbelt sign should be on. No smoking should be on. Flaps should be up, which they are. Beacon lights should be off, which they are. Water injection switch should all be off, which they are. Prop emergency de-ice control, which is going pretty far off, should all be off. Like, can I? Okay, yeah, that's off. Cal selector switches should be open all the way. Fuel boosters should be off, which they all are. Cooling turbine switch should be as desired. Cooling turbine, I'm going to keep it off for the moment. Inverters should all three on. Oh. Okay, all three on. Auxiliary blower should be off. Voltage regulator overheat warning light is off. Generators should be on. Let's turn these bad boys on. Ignition switches should all be off, which they are. Heater fuel switch should be normal, which it is. Let's double check. I hope that temp control isn't Celsius. Oh yeah, that's most definitely not Celsius. Yeah. Yeah. Now you're scaring me. Now you're scaring me, Racon. That is weird that it would be in Fahrenheit because our other one down here is in Celsius. The free air, that's Celsius. So why would that... I'm... Warning monitor loads... I wonder if it's one of those weird DC-6 things. One of those weird, like, McDonnell Douglases. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm not carrying live people. So, there, I said it. Cabin heater master switch should be on. Airfoil de-icers should be is off. Prop de-ice should be off. Carburetor de-ice switches should be off. Anti-fluid, let's check that we have it. That's good. Hydraulic fuel quantity, check that we have that too. Water alcohol must be full or for wet takeoff. Those are all full. Fuel quantities, check. So we have tank 0000. So the aux tanks, the alternate tanks are empty. The mains are all have fuel in them, corresponding what we asked for. So oil quantities check full. Landing light switches retracted and off, which they are. Engine supercharger switches should be on low, which they are. Cabin pressure regulator. This is where we want to set start marker and flight hand. So for this, this is our cabin. So we want to set our flight. Our flight marker we want to set to 10,000, and it's really not going to make any difference because under 10,000 feet we don't really need to pressurize. Although I'm going to pressurize, say, to 7,000 feet. That's not a big deal. That's only for when you're going above 10,000. Cabin pressure regulator is here. Okay. Sweet. Cabin altimeter. Well, I don't really feel like I need to set it to... Oh, yes, I already set that. Did I? Hello. Okay. Cabin pressure manual control is closed. Door warning lights. It doesn't even have a thingy. Okay. Voltmeter. Set engine to inst. Yeah, it's an inst. Okay. Set to bus. It is on bus. Bus voltage needs to be normal, which it's about 27 volts, so we're okay. Fire extinguisher select valve and discharge. These should all be in, not out. And you can see that if you kind of look along the row, you can see none of them are pulled out, which is very good. Fire detection warning test. So let's just do a quick test here. Okay. I'm happy. Cockpit heat control as desired, which it is. Don't really need it, but I'll throw it on about 1/3. Window heat control as desired, not yet. Clocks and altimeters are all set. Hydraulic system bypass control. Hello. Should be on. Off is up, on is down. Should be on brake system. Hydraulic pressure should be 2,600 to 3,000 psi. It's actually on 0, so if aux pump is on, aux pump must not be on. And then the emergency air brake pressure is 1,500 psi, which it is. Fuel tank selectors should all be on main, which they are. Yeah. Crossfeed valves should be off. Prop master should be full forward. Engine master controls should be number 2 or 3. It's on 3 or auto. That's fine. Throttles should be a 1/4 inch to half, a 1/10 to a 1/4 open. My throttle quadrant is kind of screwed. I need a new one, but I don't have the money, so there we go. Autopilot needs to be off, which it is. Mixture controls, idle cutoff, which they are. Fuel oil should be on, which it is. Yes. Ooh, hello. Sorry. My mistake. Autopilot servos are disengaged. Landing gear control down 3 green indicators. No, they're not. They're the water indicators, actually. I don't see the indicator lights because I don't have the electrics really set on, so we'll see. Trim tabs are all set to neutral. They are. Carb air temperature controls are on cold. Wing flap control lever is up. Mechanic interphone is on standby. And charts on board checked. Woo! Oh, I should have ticked all of those items. Should I? Yeah. Well, it doesn't really. I mean, I could go through and do this if I really felt like I needed to. 65 different things. Goodness me. At least my click spots are all working for the moment. That's what I really care about. Okay, all done. So before engine start, door is closed and the altimeter is set. That is, both of those things are correct. Engine start. Okay, so now we're at the engine start checklist. I'm now going to contact Tower. So, based on the fact that Tower should still be here, and they haven't all just ran off and gone to sleep, just refresh. Okay, yeah, we're still good. Got ATC in pretty much everywhere else in Europe except me. But, you know, I've got my work cut out for me anyway. So I'm going to go to ATIS first. I'm going to go 122.95. So let's turn on my avionics. Oh. Okay, so that was 122.95. 122.95. I bet Ryanair runs their checklist just like that. Thank you. Or is it a thing? Is it really? Is that really? Right. Let's see if we can actually hear anything. Not hearing anything right now. $122.95. Lowy Atus, hello. You know what? I'm just going to go request controller info. Arrival runway 16, departure runway 11. So we are SR or Swiss 250. We just okay, so we're Swiss 250 or 250. Wind 090 at 4 knots. Cav OK, temperature 25, dew point 17, QNH 1021. So that's QNH 1021. No SIG. Advise on initial contact you have information India. India. Okay. Estimated takeoff time in Zulu. Estimated log off time. He hasn't given one. Okay. So let's go to the lowy ground, which is 121.6. Vienna ground. Good evening, Swiss 250. Radio check.
Swiss 250, ground 55.
Excellent. Right. We know we have... okay, so we have information India, QNH 1021, and we have filed our flight plan, which is IFR from Vienna to Innsbruck. Yeah. Let's do that then. Vienna ground, Swiss 250 with information India, QNH 1021, requesting IFR clearance as filed.
Swiss 250, Captain Innsbruck via 2000, departure, initial climb 5000, Innsbruck 1000.
Cleared to Innsbruck as filed, climb initial 5,000 feet, squawk 1,000. I missed the SID there for Swiss 250.
Swiss 250, 12, Sierra, Alpha, Unit 1, Alpha.
SNU to Alpha, and that's runway 11 for Swiss 250.
Swiss 250, correct.
Okay, cool. So he's given us Navigraph. He's given us I'm not using the inbuilt I'm not using the Navigraph charts thing for MSFS because it screwed me up last time with my click spots. So I'm just going to be using a separate app for this evening. SIDS, let's see what he said. SNU to Alpha. Ah, SNU to Alpha. Okay. Okay. SNU. Really? Do I not have SNU to alpha on MORS? SNU. There we go. Oh, I see. Yeah. SNU to Charlie, SNU for Bravo. SNU to Alpha, there we go. That is... Okay, runway heading out to DME 3.5 of FMD. There's FMD. Okay. And then a right-hand turn onto 217 for 11 nautical miles. And then 256. That is a little bit loud. Let's just cut that back. Okay, so we've established he wants us to fly runway heading for 3.5 nautical miles from FMD, right-hand turn onto basically just 217 for 11 nautical miles, which 11 nautical miles from what? That's the problem. It's an RNAV SID, which I'm not going to be able to do. But that's radial 076. So actually, I'll just intercept radial 076 from SNU, and then I'll know when to turn on to the next leg. So that makes sense. And then we'll be inbound SNU. All right. So what we need in the radio is we need Fishamend. We need Foxtrot Mike Delta, and then we need SNU. So Foxtrot Mike Delta is 10-4 and 15-5. So we're going to go 10-4 and 15-5. We could put 15-5 in nav. Let's put 15-5 in nav 2. And hopefully, yeah, we'll actually get both. Hopefully there. So we got... just to reiterate, we've got 10-4 nav 1, 15-5 nav 2. So if I go back to there, 10-4, 15-5. So nav 1, and just to be sure, nav 1 is the single needle. Nav 2 is the double needle. So nav 1 comes first. Well, actually, once we turn on that, so there's our distance on the nav 1. So we just fly runway heading to until 3.5, and then we turn right. Okay, so we've got an understanding or a briefing roughly for our SID, and he's given us a transponder code of 1000, which we are going to go on to standby. Oh, it's going to go to on. We need 5,000 feet. Yeah. So we are ready now for engine start and push. And there's an aircraft just taking off. So we will need push back from the gate. And also what we want to do is just... Oh. In the current flight. I haven't set that up, but... Okay. Can I... Okay, let's just throw in a flight then. New flight. Oh, actually, no, let's go back to SimBrief. Flights. New flight from SimBrief. Yes. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. Departures. SNU 2 Alpha? 2 Alpha? Oh, this is cool. Did that load? Yes! Look at that! That's cool. Except that the map isn't loading. Maybe my internet is a little bit slow, but yeah, that's helpful. Okay, so let's go to back to, and now can we pin? I don't know that actually helped, but okay. So let's go taxi, airport. What do we got? What do we got? Okay. We'll need to join Mike. Mike down to like Alpha 12. Parking stands. Let's see, what do we have? Airport briefing. We don't have any more detailed chart than that. So we'll just roll with that and see what he says based on my... Actually, yeah, based on little nav map, I have a little bit more. Yeah, okay. But what we need to do first is request engine start and push. In reality, unable to fly RNAV, you wouldn't use an RNAV departure chart, would you? Don't every big airport has to have non-RNAV departures? That's true, although I'm confident enough that I can fly that without too much of an issue. If you go to fly runway heading out to 3.5 from FMD, turn right onto a heading... Turn right onto a heading of 217 and fly 11 nautical miles until we intercept radial 076 from SNU and then inbound 11.8 nautical miles from there. The only part of that SID that is not dealing with radio navigation would be this leg here, which is not going to be much of a factor, to be fair. I'm going to try it anyway. He could give me radar vectors, but he's only on the tower. He's not on approach, so I'm not going to bother too much about that. My real work starts when I get close to Innsbruck, so I'm going to try and save my brain for that. Okay, so I'm going to ask for push and start from gate Foxtrot 31. Oh no, I'm on ground. Am I on ground? I'm on ground. Hang on, let me just double check. 121.6. Who am I? He's not listed, but okay. Wait. If he's not listed, has he just gone offline or what? Oh, he's gone offline. Vienna ground, Swiss 250 requesting engine start and push from gate Foxtrot 31. Push and start approved, face west, Swiss Air, Swiss 250. Okay, so he's given that to me. I can't see him listed on VPilot, but yeah, whatevs. Okay, so this is going to be an engine pushback in the DC-6. What we're going to do is we're going to, we're going to just pull up that checklist, engine start. What we need to do is we need to come off of, we need to come onto battery, and we need to come off ground power. Oh no, battery and ground power, sorry. And then we need to dislocate ground power on the pad, and you can see he's no longer there, and we are now ready. The chocks are off. We are ready for engine start. Do you do the circle approach to runway 11 with the church that isn't there? We might be doing that. We might be doing that for Innsbruck. I do have Orbex Innsbruck, so that might have the church. It had the church in the P3D version, so I'm hoping it has the church then. But
Stations, Wien is closing nothing further. If again, Wien is closing nothing further, monitor uniform 122 decimal 8 level. Thank you for controlling level 4.1.
122 decimal
Wien doors, Servus, your Austin,
8. There we go. So we will then go back to Tower once he is... Tower is 119.4. Let's put him in standby. 119.4 when we get to our... that means we get to taxi by ourselves. Okay. Right, so engine start. Let's do that. That's always fun. So engine start. Beacon lights on. Start order is 3421. So let's go engine selector switch. Let's just... engine selector switch goes to number 3. Fuel booster pump needs to be on low. Mixture control needs to be auto rich. So let's just tick these. Safety switch. Okay, so on, then start switches. So I know my procedure for this. I'm just gonna run and do my own thing. Why is it not coming on? Oh, duh. Mags. Yeah. What? What? Did I flood the engine? Water rich? Boost pump is on. Selector. Mags. I'm going to turn all 3 mags on. Or all 4, sorry. I'm going to wait until... Nothing. What did I get wrong? Okay, that's annoying. Okay. Auto flight engineer is going to start for me. Oil pressures are within limits. Oil temps are just on the low end, but coming up. Okay. Is the fuel lever in the right place? I misread that. Yep, no, that's you're spot on, Lestat. These should have all been forward, and they weren't. Yeah, thank you. These are good eyes. When I read the checklist, I thought fully back. It's yeah, a lot to look at. I thought fully back was. Okay, so they're idling just above 1,000 RPM, which is good, where they should be. Let's go back to the checklist. Okay, hydraulic pressure. Check that now. Yep, that is now looking to be where it should be. And battery selector should be at a plain battery, which it is. Tick item. Okay. Okay, engine run-up procedure. So I'm actually just gonna... Oh, she looks beautiful, doesn't she? I am going to do my reverse. So I'm going to come down to idle. Why isn't that? Whoa. You can't hear the engine sounds? Hey Ian, how you doing? Ah, there we go. There we go. Can you hear that now? Oh, no, no. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. Nope, the company didn't see that. What is going on with my throttles? My throttle quadrant is screwed. It's really screwed. I need a brand new throttle quadrant, but whatevers. Okay, so we're never. Okay, let's just get my lamps on and my lights on for taxiing. V and ground, Swiss 250 taxiing runway 11 from gate Foxtrot 31. Very quiet. Okay, so they're very quiet. You'd like them up a little bit higher? Okay. That's up a little higher. Let me know if that's okay or you want it slightly higher. Okay, so we are going to begin taxiing. And we are going to run through the after engine start while we taxi. Okay. Radio panel, we have tuned the radios. Pushback, we've done pushback. Parking brake is released. Flight instruments have been checked. Now what we need to do is we need to undo our gus lock. We need flaps to 20. Cow flaps should be 4 to open. Let's just double check our cylinder head temps. Cylinder head temps are okay, so we're going to keep them on open for now. Fuel booster pumps as required. Let's leave them there for the moment. Air conditioning controls set. Yeah. Cabin instruments and radio inverter opposite as to first officer. Okay. Gas lock is free. We did that. Mixture controls. Are all auto rich. This is Mike. Yeah. Flight controls, we did the full travel. Okay. And transponder is set and is on alt. Okay, before takeoff checklist. Position lights are... We will set to flashing when we are at the hold. Okay. I'm away working. Hotel Wi-Fi is rubbish, so I have to check the VOD later. Will do. Okay, Ian. Thanks for stopping in anyway. I'm feeling a little pull to the left, so I'm wondering if that's the... that could be my 5 knots of crosswind, but it's not a huge amount of crosswind, so... Yeah. So we'll taxi all the way down to the end of the runway, and then we will do this... let's get set up for this, this SID. So let's go back to the SID, now that we are here. Let's just do it this way so I can still see while I'm taxiing. So again, takeoff runway heading, 3.5 nautical miles from our navigation beacon, which we have set. And then a right-hand turn to 217. So let's just think about that. Let's just have a look at how our engines are all healthy, which is good. Oh, hello.
Vienna show traffic. Good evening, Austrian 901, requesting radio check.
Swiss 250 hears you 5x5.
Thank you very much. We need you 5x5 as well, Austrian 901.
Okay, so I believe Tower is still online, so let's double check him. No, he's gone as well. Well, there we go. That's VATSIM. But that's okay. I'm gonna have fun with this without using AFE anyway this evening. I think it should be entertaining enough. Yeah, again, we're in a location with like we chose the one place that didn't have any ATC. So, oh well. And I really hope that the lighting bug gets fixed as well. Yeah. And I desperately need something to drink, so I'm going to sort that out once I get in the air. I will throw on the autopilot and grab something to drink as quickly as I can. Okay, we can pull up to Alpha 11. V in traffic, Swiss 250 is entering runway 11 via Alpha 11. Okay, so entering the runway, position lights go on flash. Goodness sake, that click spot. Position lights, landing lights are already on. Water alcohol inject switches on for wet takeoff. We are not doing a wet takeoff, so we should be fine. So we're under the limit for wet takeoff. Look at that. That is a screenshot right there. Okay, so takeoff is going to be throttle set to manifold pressure. So let's bring the throttles up to 30 inches. Goodness sake, my throttles are screwed. And then up to... Oh, my throttles are screwed. Swiss 250 is taking off runway 11 and my SID is SNU to Alpha departure. There's 100 knots. Let's go 110 and begin rotate. There's rotate. 500 feet. Positive rate, gear up.
Show Jeff, Austrian 901, we're currently at the north of Gear Beach, Foxtrot 36. We will be starting onto the Tango Lima blue line to facing nose to the east, via traffic.
Flaps are not up yet, but... .9, 1.8, 1.7. Flaps up. And the landing gear, neutral. I don't even know it needed to go neutral, so I'm just going to say yes. Climb checklist. Power, do not exceed rated power. Water is off. Cylinder head temperatures, need to check. Yep, we could go to 4. Let's just do some trimming. Come on. Come on. Stop. There we go. 1.2 nautical miles and going outbound now. Let's get the autopilot on. There we go. And feet off the rudder pedals. Landing lights retract and off. Ah, click spots are horrible. Transition altitude, let's not worry about that right now. Okay, 3.4, 3.3, 3.4, and then we need 3.5 and we're turning to 217. 3.5, let's turn 217. Turn is beginning. As far as I'm aware, that's the outer marker. Yes, thank you. Heading through 15. 15.5. We don't need that. Okay, heading due south now, just a bit more to 215. Correction, 217 is coming up. Two one. 215. It's about there. Okay. With that, we are coming up through 5,000 feet. We're just going to continue climbing as we are now in... We're in Unicom anyway, so... Okay, now we need 256. Okay, so that's radial 256 for... There we go. That's radial 256 set for SNU. We're climbing at 160, which is good. Now we just need to double check our speeds.
Caution 901 taxi to runway 11 for departure via the blue line.
Oil temps.
22 whiskey. Mike hold short of runway 11 at Alpha 12. Ian check.
I'm going to come back to 35 inches on the manifold. A BMEP of about 160. Yep, and that sorts our oil temps. And we'll nose forward ever so slightly just to maintain 160. I am actually kind of sweating here. Okay, there's our radial coming in. Let's turn heading 256. And we'll do that, and as we hit 256, we will turn on to nav instead of heading hold or direction hold. I'm pretty happy with that nav capture. Let's go on to localizer. And now the aircraft is on localizer, climbing through up to 8,000 feet. A little bit slow, so let's put in a few notches more there. Okay, transition altitude. We're going to fly to 10,000 on local barometric pressure. So seatbelt sign can go off now. Windshield heat. So coming up to 10,000 feet, we're still in plus, but let's put on some just moderate windshield heat anyway. Actually, no, let's not, because I want to know when I'm flying into icing conditions, and seeing the windows freeze up is my first sign. So cabin supercharge oil pressure. Looks okay. Airflow indicators look good in the green. Cabin rate of climb. Yeah, that looks fine. Climbing up. Supercharger shift to high blower above. See, now I can't read that. So you'll normally shift it to high above 13,000 feet, which we don't need to do because we're cruising at 10,000. So we're almost, we're about 1,300 feet to go to cruise. Just double check my... Yeah, my cylinder heads could be a little bit warmer, so I'm going to go... a little bit more like that. Okay, 1,000 feet to go, pretty much. And I can see my BMEP has come down, so let's just bring that back up to about 35. Or let's go back to 160 BMEP. And RPM, 2,400 RPM is good. Let's try and hold that. Now, being inbound, we've got 6.8 nautical miles to... Yes, 6.6 nautical miles to go now on the inbound track, which is good. We're completing that SID. Let's minimize that while we think about my plan, my flight plan. Okay, so once we pass over SNU, we want an...
Yeah, Jeff, Gaussian 901, we're going to make a shortcut to join it. Like, we're going to take link 1 and then link to Alpha 1-2 re-attack.
Coming up to cruise. Cruise is going to be in a few hundred feet, so let's just get rid of this so we can see. Let's just begin bringing down our rate of climb. And we'll capture that soon. There you go. Now that should capture 10,000. And let's bring on our cruise checklist. So at 10,000, let's go auto lean. Hydro system bypass needs to be off, which it is now. Cowl flaps. So in cruise, let's go to 0 and just see what that does. And let's monitor if we need to open them up. We always can. But we're in the green right now, so we should be okay. Windshield heat control. Let's see, what is our... We're actually just above... We're above freezing, so I need to worry about that. My fuel flow is flickering a little bit, which I don't quite like. And that's, again, probably due to my crappy throttle quadrant. Now we're coming over our VOR, so the outbound radial is 264. So let's just go to heading hold. And let's hit 264. And let's actually come left to hold 264. 27, yeah, let's call it about there. Let's just pass over the VOR and, yeah, we're passing over it now. So we'll just let that settle down for a few moments and then see how that's going. Okay, fuel system selection is as required, which it is. Captain radios, same as first officer. Yeah. Yeah, we're okay with that. Instruments, the regulator. Yeah, 6.7, holding at 7,000, which is fine. Engine superchargers, shift blowers every 2 hours. When we've not even got the blowers on, I'm happy with our setup and speed monitor and fuel monitor. And then we talk about the descent when we get there. So for my cruise, I'm happy to be in 2400 RPM. Let's actually go 24. Let's go 2200 RPM and 35 inches of manifold. Should be perfectly fine. Yep, no problems there. Now we are, let's just make another adjustment for our radial. So that we can reacquire that radial, as we're now 8.4 nautical miles away. Okay, and with that, I'm happy to say we are up and we're in cruise, and we didn't have any click spot issues, which I'm very happy about. Beautiful. Okay, let's go back to localizer capture, and we have about 120 nautical miles to run on this leg. So I'm going to pause my track IR, and I'm going to have a look at chat. Let's see. This plane has old autopilot. Stabilize pitch manually first and then push out hold. Plane will stop swimming. Yes. Also, you have to think about turbulence, and we are going to get a lot of turbulence going over these mountains. My experience of the out hold in the DC-6 is you're correct in saying you do have to trim it first. So maybe if we come off out hold and just tweak it a little bit here and there. I'm just manipulating the glide wheel. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is turbulence. That's not... Yeah, that's turbulence. You see those buffets on the airframe? So I'm going to turn on out hold and let the out hold deal with that. As far as I'm aware, we are good to go. Yeah, but we've got some very serious mountains that we're crossing today. So, what is your PC setup? If you go to YouTube, my YouTube channel, and you go to the About section, you will see a list of all of my PC stats. There's a little bit of bank coming in there, I can see, but that's the autopilot just adjusting for the wind. Yeah, we look okay. We look very good. I'm going to run to grab something to drink for my throat because I'm getting very dry. I'm just going to put on the T marker and I will be back in a moment or two. Or maybe 3. ETA 29, 8:30. So that's 9:30 Zulu. Yeah, it's 9:30. So that's yeah, 45 minutes. 45 minutes ETA, guys. Um, um, I'm pretty sure it's turbulence because I took the autopilot off, tried to tweak it so it settled down, and it wasn't settling down. And I can actually in the cockpit you can actually see the turbulence doing that to the airframe very slightly. Yeah, you see it still there happening. So if you fly over the Swiss Alps, you'll have the same thing. But yeah, I am used to flying the DC-6 enough to the point where when you do get it trimmed out and you engage the autopilot hold, it does work and it is smooth. So I do understand that it is twitchy, but I'm pretty sure that right there is turbulence. But after I come back from a cup of tea, I'll double check again, and if it's not, if the turbulence has died down, then we'll see that reflected. So cool. I am just gonna run and grab some tea. Okay, I am back. There we go. Right, how are we looking? Looking pretty beautiful, has to be said. Right, here we are. You can see us here. We've got wind that's variable. We've got rough terrain we're going over, so it's going to be bouncing around a bit. You can see our departure, our SID that we flew. So we're going to fly all the way to the end here. We're going to pick up 109.45. Let's actually just see if we can pick that up now. .109.45. Nav 2. I don't see any reading from Nav 2 at the moment. Oh, actually, it's probably going to it's probably not going to read. Oh, it should be Nav 2. Silly me. 109.45. Should be there instead. Okay, 109.45. Let's go nav 2. Yeah, 82.3 nautical miles and inbound. So I'm going to keep it on this one until that reads 0, and then I'm going to take a turn. The only problem with this, though, is it has no directional finding abilities, which means that we are going to have to make a blind dead reckoning turn onto a magnetic heading of 241, and after doing that, we then start looking out for the Romeo Tango Tango NDB. Just pause track IR. So let's go. Hey, Rakon, let's see after the WU6 how beautiful the mountains will become. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to here, and let's go Lowy. This is where my real stress begins. Let's go to Innsbruck. Okay. So, with the wind being the way it is, let's actually go to VATSIM and see if I can pick up a METAR from VATSIM. Yeah, okay, so the VATSIM METAR says that the wind at 12, 19, 20 Zulu was variable at 2 knots. So, with the wind being what it is, I'm going to come in on the... let's see what we have. Okay. Right, so from here... Okay. It's a departure. Hello, aviation. 1-1 it is, yeah. Blind approach into Lowy, something new, yeah. Yeah. So we have a Cat 1 runway 26 ILS, which I'm going to try and hit. By the way, while we're flying, let's just double check my T's and P's. Okay. Cylinder head temps all look slap bang perfectly fine. Fuel flows look fine. Carb airs look okay. Outside air temp is fine. Water pressure, BMEPs all look fine and holding fine. Okay. And that is green. So we are in a solid cruise. We're in a nice solid cruise. We're going to be porpoising because we've got air that's coming off these mountaintops and is going to be doing that all day long. So I'm not going to worry about that. What I am worrying about is our arrival. We don't have runway 11 at Innsbruck. We only have 08 and 26 as far as I'm aware. So it's going to be a 26 approach. That's what I'm going to want. But this is showing me outbound, not inbound. Oh, what am I doing? I'm sorry, I should have been on Star, not Sid. No, let's just go approach here. Runway 26. Here we go. Lock approach for 26. Just seen it, yeah. So from RTT... Yeah, here we go. So... From RTT, depart RTT 207. So,